What is up, everyone? Patrick Langhans, Cross Country Mortgage. Happy Friday. It's your weekly lending update. Got a lot to cover today. We're going to talk about interest rates. They've gone up 0.6% in the last 3 weeks. Why is this happening to us? We'll talk about why and what we expect to happen in the future. I want to touch on condos again real quick. I talked about this last week, but it's super important. And then lastly, my home buyer class. We did it last week. It was super successful. So I want to share some of those results of why it was a success so you can start coming and bringing your clients and sharing that success with us. So first of all, interest rates, they're up 0.6%. They were below 7 about 3 weeks ago at the end of March. Now, according to Mortgage News Daily, we're closer to about 7.5. Why is this happening to us? Inflation, 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 inflation. So mortgage rates hate inflation. If there is anything related to inflation going up, coming out in the news, the media, economic reports, you're going to see rates go up. So last week we had 2 inflation reports come out. They both came in higher than expected. We had a jobs report come out. More jobs were added than we expected. And then we had a retail sales report, and people are still buying a ton of stuff, more than expected. So everything's pointing towards higher inflation. The markets reacted, huge sell-off in the bond markets, the treasury went up, the 10-year note, and mortgage rates went up. Now all forecasts have been changed to the Fed lowering rates at the earliest September. So we're still in this higher interest rate environment, at least what looks to be for a little bit longer than we hoped. Does that matter in the grand scheme of things? Well, housing prices are up 5%, even though last year in October rates hit 8%. So we're still seeing home appreciation, even in this high rate market, which means when these rates eventually do come down, and they will, I just don't know when, but they will come down someday. And when they do, we expect a huge flood of buyers to the housing market, which means if you buy now, you will get to retain that equity. All right, condos. We are having a huge issue in Colorado with homeowners insurance skyrocketing, sometimes doubling, which also affects inflation. But one of the biggest claims in Colorado is wind and hail. It's the number one claim. And then there's a lot of concern about fire. Now, it's not just affecting you as an individual if you own a home. It's also impacting HOAs. So if you live in a townhome project or a condo project where your homeowners association dues cover some of your insurance, imagine an HOA's additional cost if they're covering 10 buildings, 20 buildings, 30 buildings against wind, hail, fire, and they're renewing their insurance policies. It is increasing costs on condos and townhomes where there is a master insurance policy that covers the outside of the home. And on condos, it's also causing some lending issues. One way the HOA can save money is by increasing their deductible for wind and hail. So if they have a claim, they just increase the deductible, then the monthly cost is cheaper. However, they're increasing it above what Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac allows, so it's actually making some of these projects ineligible. So what do? If you are a buyer's agent showing a condo, try to get the master policy as quick as possible from the listing agent. I know that may be hard to do before you make an offer. If you're listing a condo, get the master policy before you list it. You can send it over to me. I'll tell you whether we're okay. Or whether we need to address some things before you list that, because if the condo isn't eligible for Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac because of the master policy, you're going to lose a bunch of your buyer pool. Lastly, home buyer class. We had it last week. We're doing another one in June. You are missing out if you are not calling your database and asking them who they know that should come, your referrals and leads that you've received that didn't end up buying. We had 25 people. We taught them all about the value of owning home. It is the blue collar way to get wealthy. Blue collar way. It is very hard to become wealthy if you are not a millionaire already. So owning a home is the best way to build wealth in retirement, and that's what we teach people. So bring your clients, bring your leads, bring your database. We'll get them excited about real estate. whether it's to buy their first home, second home, investment property. We will get them excited. And also, of the people that came, we got 20 referrals. So 20 more people that want to buy. So of course, if you bring a client, they refer someone, we always give that referral back to you. So you're missing out if you're not calling your database, your clients, and inviting them. Our next one's in June. I will get you more information on that. Long video, I apologize, but have a great weekend. Let me know if you need me this weekend, and we'll talk soon.